Coco Village. Coco Village. Hey, yo. Coco Village. Good morning. Hey, it's time for a drink. There you go. How's it going, everybody? My name is Endeavorance. It is Friday. Flynn's about to change the scene. He went right under the desk. He's right under the desk. It is Friday, March 14th. Hell yeah. And also a year. This was a gift from Overreacting. Thank you so very, very much. It's pretty dang good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a liar. There's nothing in here. I haven't washed it yet, so I haven't. It's got the sticker. Let's see. Where was it made? China? Oh my God. How dare anyone? Wow. This will not stand. I only drink out of mugs that were made entirely in Guam. If it's not a Guam mug, I want nothing to do with it. Let's give the dog a treat so that I don't get harassed too much, and then we'll get to streaming. Does that sound good? We can't stream until the dog gets the treat. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. Where's the button? I have a button. There's the button. Okay. You want a treat? Yes, he does. Wait. As is always required, gotta give the boy a treato. Has that has that rug always been there? Yeah. Well, for a while it has. It was actually picked out on stream. We had it was a whole saga a while back where like we hit a stream goal for getting a rug in here. And we did a whole tournament, like a whole voting tournament, where all of chat voted on a bracket of various rugs that I could potentially get. Like we went browsing for rugs, collected our favorites. Oh, there it is. There it is. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the party time because he got a treat and now he's excited. There's the hydrate that I owed you since I'm a liar. All right. Framed perfectly. Excellent. Oh, and then immediately it's gone. Nothing gold can stay. Oh, we got to rejigger the dog auxiliary camera. All right. There it is. There he goes. There's the butt. That's all we could ask for. Put you right there. Seems good. Hey everyone. What's up? I need to take my shirt off. Be right back. Hey, yo. I'm back. I put on this, right? And then realized it's too warm. It's not necessary. Get out of here. Be gone. Oh, perfect. Look at that. The dog is a paid actor. I swear. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows that y'all are watching, and he's like, I'm gonna ham it up. See, look at that. Got the kicky, got the bitey, got the sneezy. Let's see what happens if we rub the belly. Add some entropy. Oh my goodness. There's crazy face. We got a crazy face over here. Oh, now I'm getting bit. I'm getting bit. Oh. Here, take your battle axe. There. See, isn't this a good way to start the day? There you go. Good boy. Gotta get my hand sanitizer. IUNU says, I think I need a dog. Yeah, you do. Absolutely. Buddy, why are you licking the leg? What's going on? What's going on? Give that best boy a raise immediately. He gets so much as it is. If I gave him a raise, he'd be quite overweight. Already needs to be put on a little bit of a Weight Watchers plan, if you will. There's the butt. Okay. It's hard to maneuver and find the butt sometimes, but you gotta persist. And eventually you will come across the butt. Let's see. Who is here? Let's say hi to people. Hello to Ada Scout. Hello, Quentin Gell. Quentin Gell? Rooks Runes, Pedro the Duck, Accessity, Informal Goblin, Franch, Jada, Crazed Sanity, Gamer Pup, Bitch the Pot, Ayundu, Whispers, Synth, Ollie, Neurospicy Dumpster Fire, Incandescent Writer, D Squishy, Dusty, Meloette, hello. Crescent Myrrh, Cat a Supernova, Deep Water, and Overreacting. How is it going? Overreacting, you missed it. I started the stream with this. So there's that. It is indeed Gel, not Gel. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that you're not launching a line of hair care products called Quentin Care? I demand a 5% stake, honestly, because I have a lot of skin in the game when it comes to hair care. Get it? Skin in the game? Get it? Hello. Hello, the Amazing Spider-Man 200. Welcome. How's it going? Oh, you. Oh my God. Look, what can I say? Why is it so warm in here today? Hold on. Please hold. I need to make some more adjustments. God. I swear, the temperature has just been all over the place. I just want to be like a single temperature, not constantly having to adjust everything that's going on around me. Like, it has been evenings in the 20s and days in the 70s, and I fucking can't deal with this shit. Let me just not have to constantly adjust. I don't. Hey, yo. Let's see. If I do anything with Quentin Care, you can have a 50% claim. Perfect. Hello, Ash. It is Friday. Because you're in there. Ayy. Need to go back to it being cold. Give me a solid like 68 and I'm good. You can make it 69 if you want, but I'm good with a 68. Bodysuit from Dune. Bodysuit from Dune me? Fuck yes, please. Exactly. Freedom units. Ugh. I'm not gonna rehash the Fahrenheit versus Celsius thing for the quadrillionth time, but I will say I think Fahrenheit does make more sense for humans. But, you know, there it is. There's that. Between 60s and 70s degrees, I'll be good. Yeah, my problem with Celsius My problem with Celsius is with regards to discussing the temperature, like in casual conversation as it pertains to going about your, I guess I'm rehashing the argument again. When it comes to casual conversation, when you're discussing the temperature with other human beings, and you're talking about like what to expect, I feel like Fahrenheit is well, one, as people have said before, like it's essentially a measurement of 0 to 100 percentage hot, right? 100 is 100% hot, 0 is 0% hot, so on and so forth. But moreover, more than just like what percentage is it, I like the discrete, like maybe it's just because I'm used to base 10, but I like that like each chunk of 10 degrees in Fahrenheit, like I can conceptualize that. I know that 80 to 90 is going to be pretty dang hot. And I know that 20 to 30 is going to be pretty dang cold. And I feel like a given range I can plan for. And if I can think about it in tens, it makes it that much easier to plan like my wardrobe, what I want to pack, etc. With Celsius, a 10 degree swing is like way too hot to way too cold. You just don't have too much room to work with. I don't know. Never add Kelvin. Kelvin's a fun one. But Kelvin's boring because it just stole Celsius and downshifted it. It was like Celsius, but depresso. Kelvin is just depresso Celsius. For water, Celsius. For the human body, Fahrenheit. Yeah, I feel you. Americans will measure with anything but the imperial system. That's the thing, is I would like to use the metric system for basically everything else. I want to use the metric system for everything except for vibe-based measurements. And temperature, in my humble opinion, temperature as it comes to weather and being a human and interacting with the world is entirely vibes-based, which is why we have the like temperature and the feels like. What is the feels like temperature if not vibes, right? I know there's like a formula or whatever, but it's vibes, okay? You go out, you're like, it's fucking hot. You go out, it's fucking cold. It's fucking humid. Like, just let me use superlatives as it comes, as it pertains to vibes. Yeah, if you need me to do calculations, I'm gonna use metric, right? Because no one wants to remember all the conversions for everything in the imperial system. You ever look at the fucking imperial volume stuff? Like, you all know pint and gallon, right? Do you know what's after that? Did you know there's a whole slew of volumes in the imperial system after that? Imperial volume measurements. That's the dog. That's my dog's butt, not imperial volume measurements. Hold on. God damn it. There. Okay. Imperial units. What do we got? What do we got? Length? Nah, I don't want length. Area? Nah, fuck that. Volume. Oh, you don't have the good ones? You don't have the good ones. We got bushers, we've got... Wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. This is good. We've got grain, we've got drachm, got ounces, pounds, stone, quarter, hundredweight. The classic, how many hundredweights are you? Ton, citation needed. Slug. Oh, it's a gravitational unit. Okay, but no, there's like, where is... Because, okay, imperial volume measurements, barrel, hogshead, like there's all these like, yeah, you've got a runlet, you've got a barrel, you've got a tierce, you got a hogshead, a puncheon, you got a butt, and a ton. Pipe butt, you know? Let's see. But there are like other ones too. They go wild. It refers to specified volume measured in either imperial or U.S. customary measures, primarily applied to alcoholic beverages such as wine, ale, and cider. Do I need to look here? Okay, length. Okay, okay. What? What is a twip? We've got twips? What is a twip? 20th of a, it's abbreviating 20th of a point, or 20th of an inch point. It is a typographical measurement defined as 1/20th of a typographical point. It's a twip. Okay. Then mil. A mil is 1,000th of an inch. A point. A pika. We got Pikachu. Who knew? Who knew that we had Pikachu in our Imperial measuring system? Now I'm considering maybe Imperial is better than metric. Have we considered? Has anyone took a second to really consider that maybe the Imperial system is actually better because it's got twips and pikas? Okay, hold on. We've got foot, yard, mile, league. A league is 3 miles? That's it? Wait, really? It is no longer an official unit in any nation. If anyone comes to you and tries to give you a measurement in leagues, you tell them, you look them dead in the eyes and you say, that is not an official measurement in any nation. It is derived from the ancient Celtic unit and adopted by the Romans as the Liuga. The league became a common measurement or unit of measurement throughout Western Europe. Since the Middle Ages, many values have been specified in several countries, ranging from 2.2 kilometers to 7.9 kilometers. So it's kind of 3, sort of. Okay, but what do we got? Oh yeah, fathoms. Gotta have fathoms, cables, and nautical miles. Survey units, rods, poles, change, furlongs. A survey mile, which is different from a normal mile. A survey township is 1 twip. What? Square foot, square yard, square chain. A chain is 66 feet. There are 10 chains. Y'all, there are 10 chains in a furlong. Remember that. There's going to be a quiz later. Okay? So then what's an acre? Is an acre 10 square chains? Really? An acre is 10 square chains. An area of, wait. Sounds like rebellion propaganda to me. It is traditionally defined as the area of 1 chain by 1 furlong, which is exactly equal to 10 square chains, or 1/640th of a square mile. So an acre is rectangular by definition. I did not know this. Propaganda to me. I'm actually learning right now. This is incredible. We've learned. And by we, I mean I. Okay, so 1 chain by 1 furlong is an acre. Obviously. Everyone knows this. This is common knowledge. But let's see about what the fuck what's a section? So at this point, we're getting into, I mean, these are what, survey units? So this is just area. What? So 1 square survey mile is 640 acres, which is 1 section. And 36 sections makes 1 twip, which is not to be confused with this twip, because this twip is a very, very small number. But twip, it's kind of like teaspoon and tablespoon, right? You got twip and twip. And you want to make sure you get the right one when you're grabbing your measuring cups and you're looking for your survey township sized measuring cup. Make sure you don't accidentally grab your 1/200th of a point measuring cup. So then we got volume. Got your cubic inch, your cubic foot, your cubic yard, and then you've got your acre foot. You know, you got your cubic inch, foot, yard, and you got your acre foot. It's equal to about 1,233 square or cubed meters. Commonly used in the United States in reference to large-scale water resources, such as reservoirs, aqueducts, canals, sewer flow capacity, irrigation water, and river flows. So when we're talking about having gone to Taco Bell and you eat their brand new Munch Wrap, Crunch Wrap, stick it in a bunch wrap Supreme, What you then go into your bathroom and do can be measured in acre feet. Henceforth, heretofore. We did it, chat. Languil says, after I stubbed my toe, I had an acre foot. Boo. All right, fluid volume. This is what this is okay. Okay, we found it. We found the good shit. These are the good ones, okay? We've got one minim, which is a drop of water, which is 0.95 of a grain of water.
That's rough, buddy.
Okay, so we've got one minim. Okay. Then we've got one fluid dram. Then teaspoon and tablespoon, as previously discussed. It's important to remember that a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons or 4 fluid drams. Everyone's always asking about the conversion from teaspoons to tablespoons. No one's ever talking about the conversion from fluid drams to tablespoons. And I think that's really short-sighted of us as a nation. Then you've got a jig, which is also known as a shot, which is really just vibes-based. It says 1.5 fluid ounces. If you've ever made a cocktail, you know that one jig/one shot is entirely based on how frustrated you are at the time. Like, if you've had a shit day, a shot is a very different volume. Let's be real. Then you've got your gill, your US gill. It's a teacup. Wait, the gill or teacup is a measurement of volume equal to 1/4 of a pint. It is no longer in common use except in regard to the volume of alcoholic spirits measures. That's some shit. What's wrong with the gill? If I could measure stuff in these things, I would. Look at them. I'm just a little guy. You got a cup. Who gives a shit? The most boring measurement. The most boring measurement, because it's so terribly named. When someone says you need to go, like, you're gonna have a cup of coffee, a cup of water. You know, it says add a cup of water. I would much rather be using gills. Because, like, I think of a cup and I think of like a cup, right? Like just a cup that you're drinking out of. A cup of water being a measurement conflicts with just the colloquial term, a cup of water. So I hate that shit. Pint, you can stay. You're good. Quarts can also stay because quarts are rad. Those quart containers, perfect. Like the ideal storage container. Then you got a pottle, which sounds gross. I don't even want to read more about pottles. Then you got gallons. Then you got barrels, which are different from oil barrels, but they're both abbreviated BBL, which does stand for Big Beautiful Lady. And so when you're measuring barrels of oil, it is frequently measured in Big Beautiful Ladies, right? So remember that. And then you got hogsheads, which are a large cask of liquid for manufacturing and sale. We've learned a lot today. Dry volume? Oh, okay. Bushel, peck. Is that what a peck is? As in pickled peppers? Oh, shit. 2 gallons. That's not many pickled peppers. Also, how did he pick already pickled peppers? Wouldn't he have to pick the peppers and then pickle them? They don't grow pickled. I need to know. Hold on. Picked a peck of pickled peppers. Meaning. This is important. Fish bio. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. These are cucumbers. No doubt you've heard the tongue twister. Peter Piper picker peck. You know, peck is 1/4 of a bushel, roughly 2 gallons. Okay, but did he just go to the store and pick them? What is this? Why am I looking at eggs? This has nothing to do with pickled peppers. Okay, so headcanon. Peter Piper went to Safeway and saw some pickled peppers, and then he was like, I picked that. But 2 gallons of that. And that's what it's all about. Pickled eggs. Eggs are not peppers. The only times that you got eggs and peppers in one place is when they're deviled eggs. Oh, dog's on the move. Big stretch. Oh, big stretch. He's like, oh, I've been seen. Did y'all know that Safeway is Albertsons, and also Safeway tried to merge with Kroger? Or was it the other way around? Let's find out. Safeway, Albertsons, Kroger merger. I don't think it went through. Yeah. Albertsons abandons $25 billion merger with Kroger after Judge Block's deal. This was last year, late last year. Yeah, Albertsons tried to buy Kroger for $26.4 billion. If you're not familiar with what any of these things are, they are supermarket chains in the United States. I believe that they are the two dominant chains. Kroger is massive. I didn't want to go to Kroger.com. No, I wanted to go to their like Wikipedia. Okay. Do you have like a page of where Kroger is? Kroger market share. Let's see. What the fuck is this? This isn't giving me the easy answer that I want. All right, there are 2,855 Krogers in the US. So what if we look up Albertsons market share? Doesn't Kroger own Nickelback? What? Kroger Nickelback. What is this? Is this a thing? Please tell me this is a thing. Okay, it's not loading, so it must be hidden secret information that we're not allowed to know. But okay, Albertsons has a different set of key insights. So we'll never fucking know. Okay. There's more than 2270. Okay, so they each have like around 2,000 to 3,000 stores. That is too many stores. But largely the point is stop letting everybody merge and become massive conglomerates. What? Chad Kroger? No fucking way. It can't be of the Kroger family. No way. Political career. It can't be. Wrong Kroger? Different? Is it a different Kroger? Well, his name is John Kroger. Chad Kroger. Sorry. And legitimately, I thought that it was a joke about Kroger, the like grocery chain, being a Chad before I realized this was just a person. Anyway, incredible. Long story short, stop it. Stop doing that. Buying everyone. Fucking, I'm so tired of companies just consolidating into nothingness until it's just we have one company we can buy from and it's just BlackRock. Shrink this down, zoom that up. There we go. Gotta get as much dog as we can. We gotta crunch those pixels to maximize dog. There we go. That's why airlines suck. Yeah, how about that Southwest removes bag fees? How about that Southwest bringing back their baggage fees, by the way? They were just like, hey, we're gonna have baggage fees now because people want to pay them. Let's see. Here's beatofhawaii.com talking about how exciting it is for Hawaiian Airlines because Southwest sucks ass now. There's the hydrate. Thank you very much.
That's rough.
Yeah, Southwest gamble on... shut the fuck up. Who cares? Where is the actual thing about it? Shut the fuck up. This is why I didn't click on your thing at first. Southwest Airline is charging for checked bags. Will loyal flyers stick around? Yeah, they're just getting rid of their check bags, fly free rule. So The baggage fee changed. The airline is stepping into new territory. For longtime loyalists, the question looms, is Southwest still Southwest? It's a massive change, Mario Maltak, president of customer management practice, told USA Today. When you build up a level of customer loyalty around a differentiator like free bags, shifting away from that causes friction. Southwest is now playing on the same field as Delta and American, but without the same loyal infrastructure. That's a weird picture. That's a weird picture. We are a weird country. We were also a weird country. Let's be clear about this. This is an airline. I was trying to make a gag. Okay, this is an airline. All right. And they're like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hire a bunch of pretty ladies, have them wear short skirts, and do like a sorority pose to show off our aeroplane. Yeah. So, sorry to anybody who liked Southwest. Oh, hey, wait, did the beans and ash? Perfect. Okay, yeah, the nickname change worked. Good. It only works for people who are registered campers, though. Is today the Wall of Text Day? I'm just going down a bunch of rabbit holes. I don't exactly know why. I just need answers today, apparently. It is Pi Day, which I did forget about. I did forgot about it. Happy Pi Day, I guess? Pi should just be 3. Pi should be 3. Inky says, I gotta do work stuff, but damn it, Dev, promote yourself. How am I supposed to do that without being obnoxious? Like, I'm trying to not just be obnoxious about promoting my own crap. Side Quest Friday. Hello, Jordally Poo Poo. What's up? Welcome in. Register as a camper. It's so cool. It is. Yeah, if you want to do that, you can go to join.astral.camp to get started. And you can join .astral.camp. Win Pi Day, but no raisin pie. Wait, raisin pie? Raisin pie. What? No. I disagree. What? Old-fashioned raisin pie? So this is a thing that's been around? The fuck? This raisin pie recipe was given to me 41 years ago by my husband's grandmother. Oh, we're in it now. Okay, so here we go. Prep time 5 minutes. Cook time, shut the fuck up. Cook time 40 minutes. Total time 45 minutes. So in theory, this is a very short, simple recipe that takes 5 minutes to put together, and then you throw it in the oven. Let's see how much text there is on this page. Here are the ingredients. Here are the directions. Okay. Oh my God. They win. I've been had. I was expecting massive preamble, huge thing about like how my husband's grandmother died of raisin poisoning, but needed to get this recipe out to the world because of how much she cared or whatever. Perfect. Amazing. Take 4 hours minimum. I know nothing about pie makery, but you know. What about the crust? Doesn't that take some time? I assume that it just says start with crust from the store. Like, no one's making pie crust. If you make pie crust, that's amazing for you. Great. I'm really, really happy you're doing better than most people, and you deserve all the praise in the world. But if you aren't making your pie crust and you're just buying it at the store, don't feel bad. Lord of the Rings is just a cookbook. It's kind of is. It's not a cookbook. There's recipes in it. It's truly a modern era. We've really turned a corner here. Goddess of Murder says, I remember how much lunch... I remember how I lunch got a pumpkin pie and it had raisins in it. Once got a pumpkin pie? Or was it a lunch-specific pumpkin pie? You were lunching and then pumpkin pie happened at you with no further input. I do, and pie crust from the store is just fine. Pie crust from the store and fresh pizza dough from the store both work really, really well. Supposed to be an at in there. Well, there wasn't. How could you do this to me? What's on my list of topics? The first thing up here is stonks. It just says stonks in bold at the top. So let's look at that. I think it's actually kind of up today. Stock market. I hit search. I just searched stock market. Let's see what comes up. That's a video. This is a video. I don't want this. Okay, let's look at the standard and poor. Is that okay? Okay. We are not down today. We're still down 5 day and 1 month and 6 months. It's a bit of a it's a bit of a it kind of does a it's a little bit of a boom. Like it's like a boom. Gold's kind of okay. Yahoo, what happened to your finance? It broke on me. All right, gold is gold okay? 6 month, year to date. Gold's doing good. Invest in gold. Holy shit. And by that I mean don't invest in gold right now, because buy the dip is a thing, I think. Hello, Sammy Marie. Hello, River Ronin. What's up? How is it going? Tesla, where are you at? It's been creeping back up. Like rebellion propaganda to me. It's still fairly volatile, and it is still having a hard time. Year to date, not looking great for them still. They were peaking at 420 something, and they're now at 240 something. So that's nice. We like that for them. Well done, well done. I don't see how Tesla recovers. Not from a financial standpoint. Like, I want to prepare everybody here for the fact that Tesla will likely rebound. Like, Tesla's probably going to be okay financially because there are too many people who have too much of a vested interest in maintaining the concept that Tesla is worth what it's worth. I don't see how the brand recovers from this, because they're trying now to essentially rebrand Tesla as like a patriotic right-wing thing. But one, they have spent decades telling their base to not get electric vehicles. Like the regressive right hates electric vehicles. They actively cheer on gas guzzling cars. Like, if you go and read what they're saying on the online, now a lot of it you have to understand is just like them being contrarian for the purposes of trying to say the stupidest thing to make people mad. But they will go out of their way to be like, I want my gas guzzling V8 engine. Like, specifically will go out of their way to say, like, I want the least environmentally friendly option just to spite the libs. But even still, they're trying to go to these people and say, like, hey, you should actually love Tesla and you should get Teslas and whatnot. And some of them are like, oh, I wish I could, but I'm too fucking poor to afford them. And then the rest of them are like, I don't want an electric vehicle. I've not wanted that. You told me that it's bad or whatever. But moreover, more than just trying to like shift their market, the fact that people are actively embarrassed to be driving Teslas right now, the fact that like Elon Musk at this point is inextricable from the Nazi symbolism, like, it is not good for them. And I don't know how they come back, especially because they're also simultaneously having their lunch eaten by every other car manufacturer. Like, it's not just that Elon Musk is a terrible businessman that everyone hates, who has come out as a loud and proud Nazi and is running 5 companies technically, while also being a full-time employee of the US government whose sole focus is on eliminating as many jobs as possible, creating a massive swarm of hundreds of thousands of people who have reason to absolutely hate him and never engage with any of his stuff in the future. Besides all that, their sales are also just trash. And internationally, their sales are plummeting like crazy, like high double digits of plunging, while other companies are coming out with more affordable, better built, and higher quality electric vehicles that have more features. And we have to block China from importing their cars to America because their EV sector is so far in advance beyond where we are that we have to prevent them from doing business here to save the American auto industry. That is how far behind we are. It's wild. In China, they've got like electric vehicles that cost in the low double-digit thousands, like $13,000 for a whole-ass electric vehicle. And granted, they are subsidizing it a lot, but so does America. Like the United States has had electric vehicle subsidies. That's why Tesla has the money it has. That's why Musk has been constantly getting grants from the government. And then the government also has been doing tax credits for getting cars and all that stuff. So like, yeah, China is subsidizing their auto industry, but that is the most American thing I've ever heard of China doing. Their EV industry is so advanced that the CEO of Ford went to China to test drive one and came back and was like, we are fucked. So that's where they are. Have you seen the video of the Porsche logo spinning? I have not. What is that in reference to? Flynn looked like he was listening intently. Of course. He listens to everything I have to say. Subaru is putting in an EV model in the USA plant, but now I'm not sure if that's still happening. I'm really shocked that Subaru is not further along in the like EV world than they are. They're really far behind comparatively, which is surprising because their whole shit is like sustainability and environment, outdoorsy stuff. And they specifically, I remember when I have a Subaru. I remember when I went to the Subaru dealership, they sold me on all this stuff about how like the Subaru plants are 100% recycling, like 100, like everything that comes out of their plant gets recycled and reused, and they have like all these environmental initiatives. And so I'm really surprised that they don't have more of an EV presence. They've started doing it, but it's nowhere near where I thought that they would be. I thought they would be leading the market right now, but they're not. Unpredictable says, I heard the Ford Lightning hybrid is all right. It's actually not a hybrid. It's a whole ass just electric truck. And I'm not about to sit here and glaze Ford, okay? Like, I'm not going to sit here and glaze Ford. But I will say that I have also seen nothing but positive reviews about the electric F-150. And it genuinely looks like a useful car for the specific purpose that you might need it for. If you are a contractor who does a lot of on-site stuff, it does seem pretty rad. And it's like, again, a nice, well-built vehicle. Like F-150s aren't bad vehicles. The vast majority of people who have an F-150 don't need an F-150. But as far as a car that does what it does, like it is undeniably ridiculously popular because it's a good option. I have no interest in getting an electric gigantic truck, but I would get an electric like mid-size or small truck, like a Ranger size truck or whatever, just like something that can haul or has a bed. But like I don't need a big truck, you know. Subaru doesn't care about EVs. The engine design is a huge part of their brand, so an EV platform doesn't play to their specialties, which is surprising because I don't understand. I remember them also selling their engine design to me when I was buying my car, and they were like, yeah, it's the Boxer style engine, blah, 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 blah. It's just a fucking, it doesn't do anything different. In fact, it stalls on me every once in a while because of that stupid fucking auto shut-off feature that all these cars have now. Right now, an EV is not practical for me. A hybrid, though. I'm curious why an EV is not practical.
Hello.
Like genuinely, that's not a challenge. Is it a matter of like not having charging stations nearby, or yeah, curious. Hello, Nox Knight. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Ollie says, God, I miss trucks like the S10. They don't make small trucks anymore. They just don't, because they're all SUVs now, because SUVs are just trucks with a loophole. Out here re-upping their sub like some kind of hero. Sammy Marie, thank you so much. Resubscribed at 3 months, and Nox Knight says, love your vibes. Welcome in. Nox Knight, thank you. I made them just for you. Now you can never leave, because if you did, it would be an affront against me personally, and I would be sad forever. So sorry, you're my hostage now. My mechanic bestie said he would absolutely not touch my vehicle if I bought a Subi. Interesting. That's very surprising, because like everyone that I've chatted with about Subaru has said that like they're pretty freaking reliable. Like I've got a friend whose son is a specifically a Subaru mechanic and like loves it. So that's surprising to hear. Emotional hostage. Foggy says, the only charging stations near me are the mall where I used to work, and I'd rather die, frankly. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I would get a home charger if I could, but I have no external power in my house. I have 0 external outlets in my house. My house has just shitty internal outlets too, but no external ones. So your boy doesn't do Christmas lights because I don't have it, and it's sad. It makes me do this. Hey, someone gifted subscriptions. Thank you for that. Real Crazy Sanity, 1 gifted sub. Thank you so much. Thank you. What was the new EV truck that the original owners of Tesla are now making? I forget what it's called, but yeah, let me see if I can find it. There's a truck concept by the original creators of Tesla. Tesla original creators truck concept. Anything come up when I search that? Nope. I'm not immediately seeing it. I'm just seeing a bunch of stuff about the Cybertruck. Oh, well. So yeah, there's Telo. T-E-L-O truck. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure it's a concept right now. But yeah, this is some of the people from Tesla, or like the original founders of Tesla or whatever, are pushing this concept, and it's essentially like, let's make an electric truck that is a small thing. Like this is like the size of a Mini Cooper. That is how small it is. This is the direction that we should be going with cars. It looks a little weird still, but at least it's not a fucking Cybertruck. But yeah, it's a small little truck in the same footprint of a Mini Cooper. That's how small this thing is. Which is great, because a small car does not need as much energy to propel it. If you get a small truck, you can go places. Wow. And you probably won't have people spray painting Nazi on the side of your car either. Draconos, thank you so much. 4 months. It's so small, I wanted to go beep beep. Yeah, and they make those like tiny little Chinese electric trucks too. Let me pull those up. Tiny Chinese electric truck. Those like 3-wheelie trucks. There's somebody who lives around me that's got one. Wait, you can buy them off of Alibaba? You can buy cars on Alibaba. This is what I'm talking about. Look at, I can get this little flatbed cargo truck. Oh my goodness. Like, I'm not gonna assume that these are great, but like you can get them, and the price is not bad. I really want to see a world where people aren't just constantly trying to get the biggest car they can. And ideally, I would see a world where cars are not just a default thing that everyone in America has. Like, it's just so silly, and it's broken people's brains. The whole thing in New York City about the congestion pricing becoming a national debate, the fact that New York City was like, hey, we're going to put a tax on cars going into the most densely populated part of the city, and that became a national discussion. It's because people are so fucking busted in their head about how cars are important to the American society and experience. And they started saying things like, this is a tax on the poor, because the poor are the people who can't afford to live in the city and therefore drive to the city, which is not how New York City works at all. People who have no idea how New York City works assume that it works like a suburb somewhere else in America, that you have to have a car to get around. And so their busted brains are like, oh, this is terrible. This is an attack on me, because if I ever needed to drive into New York City's most populous area, I would be taxed. And they get all pressed about it. When in reality, everyone who lives there knows that having a car is a luxury. Just take the fucking public transit. It's some of the best in the country, which is a sad statement. And self-reliance. Yeah, like people... I grew up thinking that taking the bus was a sign that you were like a lower class person. And no one expressly taught me that. I just grew up as a white kid in the suburbs in a family that had a car. And so like, I just assumed, because I only ever saw people from the poorer areas taking the bus, that that's how it was. And so I didn't take the bus for a long time because it was just not a thing that I ever experienced in my life. I was basically taught, like, you either have a car or you don't go places. And that is, I assume, the normal experience for a lot of people, especially in American suburbs. I love my Corolla, but I'd also super prefer high-speed rail. It is mind-boggling that high-speed rail has been such a difficult thing for the US to actually make. And it's solely because of the auto industry. Like, it's solely because of lobbyists and people like Elon Musk who put a bunch of money to prevent any kind of meaningful public transit from being built. Like, it's not like we can't do it. It's not like America doesn't have a history of committing to giant infrastructure projects and then actually seeing them through and doing some cool shit with it. I'm not saying that every infrastructure project has always been a great idea, but it's mind-boggling. We are so able to have this thing that would help so many people, and instead we are actively choosing not to, because we'd rather die at the altar of capitalism. And here's the real bullshit. I'm cold again. I'm cold. After having done all of that stuff to try to change it in here because it was getting too warm, and so I dialed down the warm, and now I'm cold again. So I gotta go get the sweater that I threw all the way over there, and it's really it's just unfortunate. That's rough, buddy. Really, really just unfortunate. Oh, hype train. Oh, it ended. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Do you need a Snuggie with my dog's face on it? I have socks with Flynn's face on it. Does that count? Neurospicy says, there's now a frequent train from St. Paul, Minnesota to Chicago. And people, parentheses, government, are like, wow, people like it? Duh. Yeah, I don't... I'm mad because trains are also a very comfortable way to travel. Like, a very comfortable way to travel. If you've not taken, like, the Amtrak even recently, you just kind of show up, roll onto the train. They eventually check your ticket at some point, like, halfway through the journey. You can walk around. There's Wi-Fi. You have cell the whole time, mostly, because you're on the ground, so you're not, like, forced to buy their Wi-Fi, whatever. Like, they even put a page up recently. Let me pull this up. This is amazing. Why train travel is a gamer's first choice Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Gamers, what's up? We all riding the Amtrak because it's a gamer's first choice. Remember the blissful rush of playing your Nintendo Switch in the backseat of the car, racing to snag one last power-up before the battery ran out? Not a care in the world, as someone else took care of the driving. There's good news. The technological wizards at Amtrak have created a sort of time machine that simulates the experience. But now there's no parental figure threatening to turn the car around and take away your gaming device. With plenty of power outlets for your gaming device, complimentary Wi-Fi, loads of elbow space between you and your sticky-fingered siblings, and overhead storage you can access anytime, there's no better way to keep the gaming lights on than train travel. Go ahead and bring that extra CRT for the Smash Melee tournament or an entire dual-screen monitor setup. You'd be far from the first. Unironically, I have seen people set up a TV on Amtrak and do Smash tournaments. So like that's not an abstract concept. So yeah, we gamers. Better Broomstick says, unrelated, but will we ever get another Atlas Loom or anything similar to the Atlas Loom again? Possibly. Atlas Loom is done. It's over, but I am working on Proscenium, which is a tabletop role-playing game. I'm going to my browser quite a bit today. I'm okay with it. Proscenium. So I am building this, which is a tabletop role-playing game that has a whole bunch of support for homebrew content. And so I will probably be doing something in the space of featuring homebrew content stuff and like discussions about making homebrew and whatnot. So that is a thing to look out for. I think that is the most likely thing that would happen in the future that I would be making in the space of content that's something like Atlas Loom. So, well, there's that. Speaking of which, I wanted to share a thing. Let me grab it right quick, like. Wait. Does that work? I misspelled stuff. Literally, the word stuff. How do I? Oh, damn it. Okay, whatever. Okay. This is a demo of the current state of how custom content works in Proscenium. That was a weird phrasing. This is a current demo of being able to build a shareable web page using the content for playing a game in Proscenium. That was also a bad explanation. Let me back up. I am building a tabletop role-playing game called Proscenium. Proscenium lets you make custom content or use the default setting while playing in the system. The system is built to be very malleable, extendable, customizable. It has its own default setting, but it also has the ability to make your own content. There's going to be really easy ways to create and share content, and this is sort of the first pass at creating the like premise of sharing some content. So this is a generated web page from the Real Gamers Take the Trans. That's a really good Chiron, especially for this. So this is a like compiled page of all the information that's in the default setting right now. So like here are your different species and like information about the species, their stats and whatnot. But then you can also see that there's like the rule book here, so you can like read all the rules. You can also, there's like a big glossary of all the definitions that are found anywhere. Some resources, like here's an example on like rolling dice, and then some like lore entries and stuff. Yeah, so this is all just like generated from a Obsidian vault that I've got that has all of the custom content for the default setting. And other people will be able to generate their own sort of like web pages that have all the information, as well as import that stuff into the app to play the game itself. So all of that to say, I've been deep in the weeds of making some like really cool capabilities for like creating and sharing homebrew content in Proscenium, and I am very thrilled with the direction that it's all going. Time for ocean fishing in Final Fantasy BRB. Obligator Obsidian mentioned. Oh hell yeah! I mean, like that's what this is. This is Obsidian. I've been tabbing into Obsidian this whole time. I do everything in Obsidian. It is my love. It is my life. It is what I do. We stan the trans community. We tran the stans community also. Is there a ChatGPT Obsidian plugin? There's a bunch of them, like a trillion of them. There's also ones that don't require using ChatGPT. They can like just run locally on your computer, so that's good. Get someone who looks at you the way that Dev looks at Obsidian. You're not wrong. So I mentioned that I'm working on the custom like playbill content stuff, but I'm also really excited to say that I'm reaching out to a bunch of TTRPG content creators to collaborate on the default setting content. So the main world area has 5 primary cities, and each of those cities has a leader essentially called a voice. And so there are 5 voices that are essentially like anchor characters. They're like anchor NPCs, and they're really, really great places to start when you're building a plot line, because they are like very central to a lot of the goings-ons in the known world. So for these characters, I am working with a different creator for each character that I think has a pretty good alignment with each of the characters to flesh them out and make them as detailed and interesting as possible, beyond just what I kind of think about them. So I'm really trying to bring in other perspectives and other people into designing and building out some of these characters. So yeah, I've already talked to Gina, which I'm thrilled about, to work with Gina on fleshing out one of the characters, as well as Hannah. Hannah plays D&D. And a few other folks who I'm currently chatting with, and I don't want to just like name drop them quite yet because I don't know exactly if they're going to say yes or not, but I am excited. What's your favorite budget snack? Beef. 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 Cocoa Village. Beef. Beef. Infernal Goblin says, did you reach out to Cinder? Not yet. On my list. It is definitely on my list of people that I'm planning to reach out to. I'm trying to not overwhelm, I guess, myself by starting too many dialogues too quickly. I have done that in the past. Trying to not do it again. Yes. Oh, I've got a thing that I can share about Proscenium. This is, I think pretty fun. So in Proscenium, the way that items worked. Back up. In Proscenium, I want there to be the ability to customize items. The original plan was a system of slots and tags, which was essentially a given item could have a number of slots to put upgrades into them called tags. So you would have a list of tags that you can apply to items to make like modifiers for them. It's a fun concept. It meant that there could be a lot of different power scaling by having items have different numbers of slots. You could have abilities that could like add a slot to an item. You could do a whole lot of stuff with all of that, and it's very customizable. It's also pretty overwhelming and kind of more of like a video game mechanic, and I wasn't really liking how it was panning out as I was building out more content. It was getting unwieldy. The lines were getting blurred about what should or shouldn't be considered a tag versus just a property of an item. And so I went back to the drawing board, and I've been reworking how items in Proscenium work. And instead of slots and tags for customizing, I still wanted the ability to customize items. there's a new system now called tweaks and tempers. So tweaks and tempers are modifications to an item that are collaborations between the player and the director being the game master. So a tweak is a neutral or positive trait applied to an item. A temper is a neutral or negative trait applied to the item. So when you are going to go customize an item, the player picks either the tweak or the temper, and the director picks the other thing. So the player might say like, okay, I want this specific tweak. I want my item to be changed in this way. The director says, okay, well, if that's going to be changed in that way, I'm going to temper it with this. Alternatively, the player can say, I want a tempering that is this, like I want to be inhibited in this way. And the director can say, well, if you're going to take that, then I'm going to give you this benefit. And so there will be a table of suggested tweaks and tempers, but the idea is that it's just a collaborative way to just add flavor to items. You can't change the item's damage, and you can't change the item's affiliated stat. So if there's like a great axe or whatever that says that you have to like use muscle to swing it, you can't just like change that, because that would be way too powerful. It would just undermine the way that items are set up. So instead, it forces you to think about creative tweaks and tempers. So it's all about, I want there to be customization. I don't want it to be too much effort on the director's part to just come up with rules on the spot constantly. But I also want to have rules that facilitate collaborative storytelling between the players and the director. So I love the idea of, and this will be a thing in more skills as well, of the player picking one part of what happens and the director picking another to help make it so that the players have more autonomy, but the director can still weave things together and make sure that everyone at the table is participating, which is rad. Informal Goblin says D&D 3.5 had legacy weapons that were customized by certain actions or feats. I think that'd be fun to play with. Yeah, so there's going to be abilities and character, like NPCs and possibly items that can modify items. So like you can't just get an item and modify it, unless you have an ability or access to a meaningfully capable NPC, and even still it costs a decent bit of money. So it's not a thing that just gets done on a whim. It's like still a thing you'll have to build towards. Jada says that sounds really cool and potentially really dynamic. I hope so. I really want it to I want it so that people can take items that are close to what they want and make it very unique to exactly what their character would do and how the story is going. Even if it's just a matter of like, it doesn't have to be a boon, right? Like a tweak doesn't have to be powerful. It could just say like, this is a spear of clear crystal, and the tweak could be, I want it to be opaque. I want it to be like black onyx, right? And cool. That doesn't need to be anything that like changes fundamentally how the item works, but now instead of being clear, it's opaque. And so the temper could just simply be, it's hard to see where it is in the dark, which is also kind of a neutral, possibly good thing. Unpredictable says, yes, hello, my cheesy compatriots. I like learning about cheese. Yeah, I see there's a big discussion about cheese going on in chat, and I have not been able to keep up with that. But I do love me some cheese. I'm a bit of a sharp cheddar guy myself. So yeah, I've really enjoyed working on that new system. I've also done a bit of tweaking to the dice roll system to streamline things a bit. I went through the rule book and removed anything that required division or rounding. I want there to be very, very little mental math required. Like at most, things are like you add 1 or 2 or subtract 1 or 2. But I hated when I saw a thing that I had previously written that was like, the damage is cut in half, rounded down. I'm like, no, fuck this. No, absolutely not. That is not on brand for this system. I'm trying to make things just be encoded in normal words and not require math at all. If someone has to add 7 to something, I've lost. The game is not working correctly. I'm a slut for some Munster. I spent so long thinking that Munster was this like gross cheese. I think I was confusing it with Limburger. I remember there was a cheese that like every cartoon would always use as like the stinky cheese, which I think was Limburger, but for some reason I got it conflated with Munster. And so like I spent so long thinking Munster was gross until one day, this is a wild story. One day I go to Colorado. I go to Colorado, the state in the United States. And I got an Airbnb and I was staying at this Airbnb, and I come to learn that the person I'm staying at this Airbnb with, who I was traveling to Colorado with, they didn't tell me when they booked the Airbnb that the host of the Airbnb was the lead singer of a band that they used to like a local band, basically. So they used to be like a fan of this person who now just like runs an Airbnb. So that was interesting. But this person, turns out, wanted to open a like breakfast sandwich place, which is great for your boy. I love me a breakfast sandwich. And so each morning we got to just like have random breakfast sandwiches that this guy was cooking up, being like, hey, yeah, we're just making a bunch of breakfast sandwiches. Have this one. And he handed me a breakfast sandwich that was just like a bacon, egg, and cheese on a English muffin or whatever. I was like, what is this cheese? This is so good. He was like, Munster. I lost it. I lost my shit. I was like, this whole time, I liked Munster and I didn't know. And he did the dope thing. He fried the Munster cheese. Like he just like took the slice of Munster, put it directly on the griddle and fried it, and then put it on the sandwich. Divine. Oh my god. Stalking adjacent? He's the one inviting people into his house. Austria makes good cheese? Really now? Epic Failure says, also Dev been in my state and liked the food there. Hell yeah. Well, I liked the food that a dude cooked me, but I also enjoyed Illegal Pete's. That's what it's called. Which is, I don't know if they're still good, but back when I had it, they were like good Chipotle. Fried cheese is top tier. Have you ever had halloumi? What is halloumi? I've never heard of halloumi. Oh damn. Music is kill. Let's do tavern vibes. Because I shorted you all being able to have the tavern vibes recently. I would commit several felonies for some Taco John's right now. Is that like Papa John's? Father John's? Bread cheese is so good. Wait, what? Bread cheese? What is bread cheese? Simon Marie says, damn you, you're making me want to go get food instead of just laying down for a nap. Yeah, it's probably because it's lunchtime, but I'm not stepping away just yet. Y'all, it's really good that I did not stream yesterday. Let me tell you what happened. I slept like a trash can. And last night I slept a little bit less like a trash can. Like I slept more like a human being than a trash can, but it wasn't so bad. But yesterday I woke up around like 3 a.m. After having gone to bed around 11, and then just like rolled around in my bed for a while, trying to fall back asleep, not being able to fall back asleep. I get up, take care of the boy. He's looking at me like, why are we up? It's like 5 in the morning. What the fuck? Take care of the boy. And I just like have that thing where I went through waves of just being like, oh, okay, I think I'm gonna be okay today. Like I think I'm gonna be able to be awake. And then like 2 seconds later, I'm dying. Tried to get more sleep, didn't really work. And then also remembered that I had a psychiatrist appointment, like right in the middle of when I would be streaming. So kind of glad that I decided to not stream, because I would have just streamed right through my psychiatrist appointment. Which, by the way, I'm very tired of going to various like therapists and psychiatrists and having to answer the question, how have you been? Can we skip that one? Can we move on to the next question? Can you just ask me if I've got like anxiety? Can you just ask me what my blood pressure is so I can get my prescription. Like, I don't want to answer the question, how's it going? I don't want to talk about what's happening right now. That's causing more stress. Can we not? And then and then my psychiatrist, so my psychiatrist knows that I do content stuff, doesn't really know what that means. For a long time, for like years, every time that I would see her, she would ask if I'm still, quote, doing the TikTok. To which I was like, yes, I'm still doing my job. Yes, that's my full-time job. Yes. But I guess I never really told her that I do like current events coverage stuff. And so recently she asked if I was like taking breaks from reading the news, and I'm like, no. I have not been taking breaks. I mean, kind of, but I kind of have to look at it, unfortunately. That's rough, buddy. Thank you, Sammy Murray. My psychiatrist has known me for 20 years and just starts with, do you want to kill yourself, in a thick Colombian accent. I say no, we move on. Now that is the interaction that I would ask for. That is what I'm looking for in a mental health specialist. Hey, you're killing yourself? No? Cool, here's a prescription. Do you have to fill out a questionnaire based on your thoughts and feels over the last 2 weeks? Yes, I assume so. She always asks, rate my mood, rate my anxiety, any thoughts to hurt myself, and something else. Beef. The problem is, I don't ever know how to answer that question. Like, I never know how to answer the question of, like, rate your mood. Like, she asked me yesterday, I said, like, I don't know, 5? Like, I slept like shit, I'm kind of tired, the world's ending, but, like, I'm okay, mostly. Like, I'm breathing, and I'm okay. So, 5? And she's like, oh, that's pretty low. And I'm like, well, I mean, what do you want? Because the last thing that I don't want to be relying on medication to like make myself numb enough to the world, you know? Like, I want medication that prevents me from wanting to kill myself. We've hit that mark. That's good. Like, I'm on enough SSRIs that I can get through life without feeling like a walking dead man. That is what I wanted. I don't want to imply that, like, my mood is bad and therefore I need more antidepressants. Because it's not that, it's mood, right? It's not outlook. My outlook was bleak in the depths of it all. But mood is a very different thing. My new therapist is like, yeah, shit sucks right now. Yeah, my psychiatrist, when she asked me like a few weeks ago, like, how I was doing, I said I was doing like kind of okay, all things considered. And she was like, well, that's nice, because literally everyone else that I've talked to is miserable. The horrors persist, but so do I. How do you know that I'm not the horrors? Like, seriously. I'm on no medication and I probably should be. Wee! Synthram. I hope that you're doing okay. I think about the most anxiety I have right now about this administration, and like there are plenty of things to be anxious about this administration, but in my personal life, like the thing that I am personally anxious about is the potential changes to mental health medication, which would be catastrophic for myself and a lot of people. If I lost my medication, it wouldn't go well. And I don't know what would happen. So, little nervous about that. My medication keeps me from crying all the time. I can hydrate, thank you. Overreacting says, my medication keeps me from crying all the time. My medication keeps me from just being comatose on the couch. Like, when I get into a dark place, it just turns into me unmoving on the couch, staring at nothing, and contemplating why I exist, and trying to determine whether or not existing or continuing to exist is worth it. Fun, but I don't tend to cry. I have a hard time crying, and that sucks. Because sometimes I really need to cry. Y'all ever just need to cry and you can't? It's fucked up. I was comatose through 3 alarms this morning. It's not ideal. Ugh. Not for safe medication, and that's a concern. I don't know what you mean by that. I cry at least several times a day. I wish I could cry. That'd be really nice. It takes so much effort, and it's not a flex. It's not like I'm a big manly man that doesn't cry. It's quite literally like my brain chemistry is fucked up enough that I can't cry. And so I've been there in a moment where it's like, God, I just need release right now, but I can't. Cat of Supernova says, being put on an SSRI a month and a half ago is maybe the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm glad I recognized that I was not okay and asked for meds. Yeah, seriously. If you are struggling, please consider that you might have a condition that can be remedied with medication. Like, I spent so long, like, I've talked before about how I didn't realize I had ADHD, but I spent so long not believing that I had depression. I was comatose on the couch contemplating suicide, and I was like, it's not depression. It's just bad thoughts. It's not depression. It was depression. That's what depression is. Go get medication. It's real. I cannot describe the difference. Like, not feeling like a dead man walking feels pretty good. Jordally Poo says, my husband struggles with that too, not being able to cry. Yeah, it's obnoxious. That's kind of a side effect of SSRIs. That, and it makes it hard to come. I am back, and it's not depression. What? But it's always depression. I am depression. I got the depression diagnosis when I was 10, says Foggy. Yo, damn. I got it when I was 30-something. River Ronan says, "You're going to be amazing" speech from the McElroy's D&D campaign always brings me to tears. That's a pretty good speech, I will say. I do little cries, but not big cries, says Crazy Sanity. I think the most crying I did not even recently. The quickest that I went to crying that I can think of in the past like 10 years was this one time Flynn got out of the yard, and it was like pretty recent after having like moved to where I live now, and he hadn't fully like internalized that he shouldn't leave our property. So he got out of the yard and starts just like running around. I'm chasing him like a crazy person. He runs directly into a main street during rush hour, like a big like 5-lane, 6-lane street during rush hour. And I'm chasing him as fast as I can through traffic, assuming that I was about to see him get hit by a car. Eventually, I cornered him in somebody else's yard, and this other dude shows up and is like, "Hey, here's a tie that I have in my car. You can use this as a leash, like a makeshift leash." So I grabbed the tie, and I'm like, "Thank you, thank you." He's like, "Yeah, no problem. I bought it for my father's funeral." And so I'm like, "Wait, I can't use this. What? You're giving me your dead dad's funeral tie as a leash?" He's like, "No, don't worry about it. Take it. I'm like, "Okay." So I wrap this tie around Flynn's collar and like walk him back. I get back inside and I just sat down and started crying because I was fully like my body was getting emotionally prepared to have seen such a visceral scene. And when I finally kind of like came down from the adrenaline, I just fell apart. Ollie says, "I skipped this week's testosterone shot and I've been crying at almost every TikTok." Harold Butler says, "I was on some meds. Lost the message. I was on some meds when I was younger, and instead of taking the one part..." Sorry, my chat keeps jumping around. "I was on meds when I was younger, and instead of taking the one part of the bad emotion, it just took all of them." Just every single one. Have you heard anything about Saffron being as good, if not better, than SSRIs? I have not heard that, and I would immediately question that. That sounds like some crunchy anti-vax moms group stuff. I don't know. I don't trust anyone who's like, this one food that has been around forever is a miracle solution to a major problem with the human condition. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's it. Now, to be clear, eating a holistically good diet, like eating healthy, eating like a whole food diet and whatnot, can like reduce inflammation and help with a lot of stuff. But I would be very surprised if the entire healthcare industry could be upturned by eating saffron. Capitalism wouldn't stand for that. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely things that are not legal because they would be a threat to the status quo, like weed. Like the amount of money that Big Pharma has put towards making sure that weed doesn't become legalized because it's so effective of a treatment to so many things that have so many other drugs. But yeah. Saffron is probably more expensive than a lot of SSRIs. Yeah, that too. Saffron is also very expensive and has a lot of human rights problems associated with it. Random rabbit hole for you. Dr. House MD was based on a woman. I am gonna be honest. I haven't seen House. I do have Teardrop by Massive Attack in my like playlists, which is a great track, and that's the theme song of House, but I haven't watched it. I know about it, right? He got the cane, he pops the pills, everything's lupus, and he's mad, but House is based on Sherlock Holmes. Well, how do you know that Sherlock Holmes wasn't based on a woman? Have you seen the new anime waifu Dr. House? Wait, what? Hold on. We need to put this is important. Anime waifu Dr. House. What? I don't know what to make of this. Oh, you know what I've been watching? The Marvel What If show. I'm on season 1 of that. And it is way better than I thought it was going to be. Like, way better than I thought it was going to be. Some of the episodes I don't really give a shit about. But, yo, okay, premise, for those who aren't aware. The premise of this series, it's called What If. It's essentially just like a bunch of mini one-shot episodes asking the question, like, what if we just like remixed a plot point and then see what happens from there? The concept being like, you know, there's a wide multiverse. We'll go look at other universes and see what happened when different things happen. So it'll be like, what if T'Challa became Star-Lord instead of Black Panther? What if like Iron Man was never created because Tony Stark never needed to do it? Stuff like that. And there's been some really fucking compelling episodes, especially because they are not all good. Like they don't stick to the good endings. I'm so used to every Marvel franchise doing like, oh, you know, there's struggle and pain and whatnot, but in the end, it's the superheroes and they win. This show, I've only seen like 4 episodes, and already like 2 of them are not positive endings. Like one of them ends with the destruction of the known universe. Like it's and like it's fucking intense. It does not go well for everybody, and even when it does go well, they usually show like, but there's danger on the horizon. Anyway. It's better than I thought. It's an animated Marvel show. The thing that bugs me, and this is not fair to this show necessarily, this is not fair to the showrunners, but they're up against Arcane. Like I recently watched Arcane, and this show visually looks a lot like Arcane, but not as good, right? Like the show looks fine, right? The What If show looks good enough. It looks good. But it looks like it's almost kind of like Arcane, and Arcane is a fucking smorgasbord of art and is just gorgeous in every capacity and is insane levels of detail in every episode and like handcrafted very carefully, whereas the other show is like, let's pump these out, that's why we're making it an animated show. So I'm just like watching this show being like, wow, this is really cool. I wish I want to watch Arcane though. I wish this was just Arcane. All the OG actors play all their own characters, right? Yeah, they're for the most part the characters are voiced by their original actors, including Chadwick Boseman, who is dead. Rip. Have you seen Cap 4? I have not. I've heard mixed things about it, but I'm more or less just gonna wait till it's out on streaming, you know? Someone pointed out that they know Raid Shadow Legends is bad. Someone pointed out that they know Raid Shadow Legends is bad because they haven't seen any fan art for it. That's a good point. Also because of all the YouTube plugs. I have not actually had a YouTube like common advertisement plug work out. I don't know of one that was good. Aside from like the ones that are YouTuber projects like Nebula or whatever, all the products that are very commonly pushed by YouTubers, I've not seen. There was a major one recently that's really, really bad. VPN bot, I forget, some major VPN that a lot of YouTubers push. I don't think it was ExpressVPN. Yeah. Yeah, ExpressVPN has been acquired by a cybersecurity firm that's known for making adware. So ExpressVPN, a company that has been promoted by like 1 trillion YouTubers 1 billion times, has been sold to an adware company. Of course, yeah, the honey thing too, as Pedro said. Yeah, the whole honey meltdown, BetterHelp, all the BetterHelp stuff. Fucking the Raycon earbuds. I've heard that they are the like worst quality earbuds, like the absolute fucking worst things that you like. You're better off just putting crumpled up aluminum in your ear. All of it, like they're all so bad. I keep getting emails from companies that are like, hey, we love your content and we think your audience would really be a great fit for our product. Most recently, you know what they want me to shill? Most recently, I got asked to shill an AI-powered PDF editor. I think I'm good, dog, actually. I think I'm fine. I think I'm gonna sit this one out. That is like the 4th AI-powered PDF editor ad that I've gotten people asking me to do. I'm fine. I think I don't want to do that. No AI, please. I literally, if you go to Endeavorance.camp. This has been, you can fact check me. This has been there for a long time now. If you go down to the media kit, you go to contact. AI and blockchain companies need not inquire. That has been there for like years. But they sure do inquire. That's the problem that I've got. Is I tell them you need not inquire, and they're like, I'm going to inquire. Jordally Poopa says, I have Raycons, I don't mind them, haven't had any issues with them. I'm glad to hear that, because like, if you're gonna pay money for them, they should at least be capable. I've just heard that they're like not worth the money. Synthrem says, I played Raid Shadow Legends for like a year until they started having pop-up flash deals that asked you, are you sure you want to miss this deal after you tried to exit? It was extra gross FOMO on top of the I've already missed out on so much. Yeah, I hate that shit. You think an AI company reads? No. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the problem, is the vast majority of the cold call stuff that I get is just because I'm on a mailing list and they just mail everyone. The amount of times that I see, hello, first name, we think your audience would be great. We've been watching your content at channel URL, and we think that you make great stuff. Like, do you? Yep. Everyone calls me first name, and they love subscribing to me at channel URL. Aubrey A6 says, I've been wanting to get into software engineering, and I'm not sure if stating I don't use AI on my resume would be obnoxious. It is such a minefield right now. It really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get into big tech, I wouldn't put that there, because they're all like, we are working on the intersection of AI and key points of interest to maximize the throughput of low-hanging fruit. So maybe don't do that. But for a company that's just like needs a tech person, it's probably fine. That said, that actually might also be problematic, because so many companies now are just like trying to shove AI into everything despite not actually having a use case for it. It's madness. It's just madness. It's not there. Stop it. Harold Butler says my Raycon shorted out after a year. That sounds more aligned with what I've heard, but it's the fan fiction net scammers is going to be a different market. The amount of consumed material that has been ingested into AI stuff, the amount of smut that must be deep within the neural network of ChatGPT, I can't even comprehend. I would bet that like half of the time spent working on ChatGPT is just trying to get it to not just respond with constant smut. Like, you go to ask it like, how tall is Barack Obama? And it's going to be like, Barack-san approached the bed at a height of however much. But if we were talking about what size really mattered, we would be talking about, and it would just go on and on and on. ChatGPT smut expert. The thing is, you should be aware, and I might be about to break some people's brains. You should be aware of. Oh, wait, are they gone? Okay. You should be aware of Novel AI, which is essentially what I just said. It is a group that's been training AIs on essentially just like massive troves of fan fiction, and this is like a tool for helping write more fan fiction, and it can like generate shit. I remember seeing this when it first came out. I have no idea what it's like now, but I was like, I'd be interested to see what it generates if I just like gave it all of the information about a world that I've made and just have it generate a story within that world. And I didn't check the like, I didn't tweak it to not just spit out smut, and it just kind of spat out smut. This was, I want to say 4 years ago though, so I'm not sure what exactly has changed, but that's a thing. There's only one thing that AI has produced that I found even remotely interesting, and that's Loeb. There's Loeb. A fictional character. An AI cryptid? What is this? Oh, that's terrifying. I'm not going to show that on my screen. I hate this. I hate that. Like my free-range grass-fed smut, none of that robotic stuff. Yeah, it wasn't even good smut was the problem. It was just like a jumbled up word salad of bodily fluids. Hit to bot with the no horny bat. What is the point of having a bot on the internet if not to make it horny? Now I need to search for Loeb. I honestly don't recommend it if you don't like weird looking shit. I was on Twitter when the person who found her was talking about it. The lore was kind of wild. The AI character that was made up. All right, let me check my. Okay, did that. Okay, I've got 2 more topics that I wanted to cover, and then we'll maybe get to like playing some games or something. So to pivot away from AI generated smut, I actually want to see if anything has come out about this yet, if anything has changed. Oh, come on. There it is. Wonderful. Okay. More than 50 universities face federal investigations as part of an anti-DEI thing. Hello, URL. Thank you for the follow. That's new to me, but let's see. For those who hadn't heard, oh, come on. So Trump has been threatening a 200% tariff on European wine and champagne, which is insane for a lot of reasons, obviously, but also because we can't produce champagne here. And also there isn't enough like farmland to meet the needs for the demand for wine domestically. And also, that's not how wine works. Like, he's basically saying, I want to throw a 200% tariff on this to force people to like domestically purchase wine. People specifically buy wine for the location and the pedigree. And you can't get champagne outside of France. So, what? Immediate, like, obviously this is insane, right? Like the man has completely lost his mind. We are being governed by a sundowning lunatic, and pretty much immediately a bunch of like business leaders were like, this is what is this? What is going on with this? Absolute madness. But also on a sort of like a different tune. There was that judge that ruled that the Trump administration has to rehire a bunch of people that they cut. Judge rules Doge cuts rehire. Oh, CNN. I'd rather not. Sure. Judge tells Trump to rehire fired federal workers. Trump and Elon Musk's Doge team face a big setback with their efforts to shrink the federal workforce. Federal judges in Maryland and California Thursday ordered the Trump administration to rehire thousands of probationary workers that they said were improperly fired across 19 agencies. Thursday was also Trump's deadline for federal agencies to submit plans for further mass workforce reductions and budget cuts. So, there's a notion in federal government called probationary workers, who are essentially workers that work for the federal government that haven't worked there long enough to get effectively tenure, like a set of additional benefits that give them more job security. You know that whole thing about like working in the public sector for job security? And so what this administration did, which is deeply cynical and shitty, was first just jettison everyone they could who didn't have that sort of like tenure protection, right? Like everyone who didn't have that job security, they were trying to get rid of. So everybody who was working at these agencies for not quite long enough to get those protections, which doesn't just mean new hires. You can be working there for years and have not gotten the protections yet. And so there were some people who were like weeks away from reaching those protections that got fired. So like years of their life just gone because of spite, because of anger at random people in the government. But a judge is now saying that they have to rehire them. So some of these people who got laid off from these agencies later got an email that said that the layoff email they got originally was sent in error, which is not what happened. But they have also all been let go on the premise of poor performance. So regardless of what actual performance reviews they got, the people who are being let go have been let go for poor performance, which impacts your ability to actually get unemployment benefits and shit. And it also torches your resume. So they just fired a bunch of federal workers who, regardless of how they performed, We're told you are being fired for performance, which means you're fired for cause. Goodbye. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Really shitty. Really, really, really shitty to just leave a bunch of people, like hundreds of thousands of people, high and dry with no further anything. Not to mention, like, it's not like this administration is doing anything that makes sense, right? Like, this administration is not doing anything that is good for people in this country. We know that. We know what they're doing. They're just pillaging this country for resources to make themselves as rich as possible while Trump avoids going to jail. That is the explicit and only purpose of this administration. And it still is shitty how much of a second and third degree impact a lot of their decision making is going to have on everything that they're just not even doing anything to try to help with, which we should expect, but it still sucks. For example, there are towns that are heavily populated with federal workers because of the presence of a given agency there. The CDC in Georgia, the FDA, FBI, and NOAA, and the archives, I think, are all like in various towns in Maryland. Firing all of these federal workers is decimating those areas, just destroying them. That is tens of thousands of incomes removed, tens of thousands of people who would otherwise be commuting, going to restaurants, having a reason to be in those areas, and being able to afford to be in those areas, gone. So there are entire states that are like frantically figuring out how to move money around, reaching for emergency funds and whatnot, because they're about to see multiple millions, if not billions of dollars of loss of tax income and just general market money movement. Just screwing over entire townships. You know how it goes. Horse in a hospital, indeed. It's really unfortunate that they are doing this out of spite, which we already know is shitty. But that spite is going to have so many more consequences. We're going to be cleaning up this shit for so long. Anyway, moving on from that, because I don't want to talk about that fucking dumbass. I've got one thing I want to say. I want to complain. I have a complaint for you, and then we're going to play video games after I get a quick break. But the thing I want to complain about is I started playing No Man's Sky. I've had a couple of people a few times recommend playing No Man's Sky, and I went back to try it again. I've played it multiple times, but I've never really gotten past the first few hours. So I've gone back to play it again, got past the first couple of hours, and still sort of like easing in. But I saw they had cross save, and I got all excited because I was like, okay, I can like play on my own time, and every once in a while I can just like bop around on stream and play this on stream. That sounds like a good idea. I go to sign up for their cross save. I follow all the instructions. I did everything I was supposed to do. I sign in, I connect my accounts, I scanned a QR code, I enabled it, then I go into the game and I click a button saying enable cross save, and it says, bitch, fuck you. Apparently it's still in beta, and despite allowing you to sign up and enable everything, it's not actually available. It's like, this is in beta and there's no room left. Sorry, get bent. So I can't actually do it. But yeah, there's a button that says enable cross save, and first it pops up a thing and has you go through all of the steps to sign up for the account, enable it, sign in, connect everything, and then it tells you the beta is full. The endless universe of the No Man's Sky, but we don't have room to save your save game. So maybe whenever that's eventually working, I'll play some No Man's Sky on stream, but can't believe we're going to have our first trillionaire soon, says URL. I mean, he has lost a lot of money. Like Tesla is down right now. Elon Musk believes he's going to be the world's first trillionaire. He thinks it's like his fate. I mentioned this in a post recently, and people replied as if it was conjecture or just me being a hater, but it's not. It's literally his like stated thing. Elon Musk first trillionaire. Like it's in all the books about him and whatnot. He thinks it's like his divine mission, basically. Where is the thing? This is an old article. So this is 6 months old. And off track now, which is good. See if I can just find the thing where you said it. Okay. I don't actually feel like digging through a bunch of articles about Elon Musk right now, but in his book with what was it, by Walter Isaacson, I think. The book about the Twitter takeover or whatever. It's like essentially Elon Musk believes that he's supposed to be the world's first trillionaire, and every decision he makes is in efforts to that. So, come fish with me in Final Fantasy 14. I wanted to get into Final Fantasy 14. It's too much game for me right now. It's more game than I can handle at this moment. At least with Destiny, it was like I could hit a point where it's like I've done everything that's worth doing this week. I can step away. That's a lot of game in there. 1 trillion won't be enough for him. He'll want more. Yeah, I mean, like, maybe we shouldn't have people be billionaires in the first place. You can pay money and fast forward. I mean, like, I would do that to get past, like, the opening stuff. Because when I went to go play the, like, first campaign for Final Fantasy, I was losing my fucking mind just being told to run from NPC to NPC to NPC. But as I've said before, the game looks awesome. And if I could just, like, fast forward to the point where not only am I at like sort of the end game areas, but I also understood the end game of that game. If I could get past all of the onboarding, all of the grinding, and just get to the point where I can like go do fun raids and shit with people and know what the fuck I'm doing, that'd be cool. But that's gonna take a lot of time and effort that I don't have. I want to say I'll get into it someday, but right now, I just can't. Okay, I'm gonna go pee in a toilet. I'm gonna get some, probably not coffee. I'm gonna get some tea. And when I come back, we're gonna play Video Game. And yeah, don't touch that dial, or I'll be a sad boy. I'll be back in like 5-ish minutes. Flynn's got a good blep going on, so if y'all could keep an eye on him, that'd be great. And we'll figure out what game we're gonna play when I get back. BRB. Coco Village. Father, help! Look who's out here re-upping their sub like some kind of hero. Thanks for the bits. Coco Village. Coco Village. I return. I'm also back. I also return. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We still here? Did anybody touch that dial? If so, that's bullshit. Are you trying to get Flynn to touch the dial? Oh my god. Oh my lord. I can hydrate. I'm not gonna hydrate with the tea that I just made because it's still piping hot. So tired of this fucking temperature. Okay, so I have two surprises for you. The first surprise is that as I was waiting for the tea to brew, I opened up my phone and out of habit opened up my news feed and saw that apparently Nancy Pelosi is now whipping votes against Chuck Schumer for this government shutdown situation. So for recap, there's a impending government shutdown. The United States government needs to pass a spending bill. The Republicans have a spending bill that's a Republican spending bill. The Democrats don't like it for a bunch of reasons and have been deciding whether or not they're going to go along with the bill and keep the government open or not vote, like vote against the bill and keep the government or shut the government down. The bill doesn't have enough support from Republicans alone to pass it. So if the Democrats do band together, they could potentially prevent the bill from being passed, shutting the government down, which they argue they could use for leverage against Republicans. A bunch of Democrats in the House banded together to vote against the bill, like unanimously. Like that was their play. The Senate, it's a lot harder to get the thing passed. Like the Senate, the Democrats actually have more power to like stop this from happening. They like the House, they could just not vote, but it could still get passed. Is at the Senate now, where the Senate minority leader for the Democrats is Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer is a spineless jagoff, and he basically was like, you know what, we're just gonna vote for the Republican funding bill and move on. Like, despite a massive grassroots campaign of people calling into their representatives and senators saying, don't vote for the bill, like don't give Trump what he wants, because Trump wants them to vote for this bill so that he can just enact all of his policies, which are not popular. Chuck Schumer was like, actually, you know what? Fuck all of our constituents. Let's just ignore that and vote for it. Which is so unpopular that when he made the statement last night that he intends to support passing the bill, apparently the group chats, like the text chains among Democrat representatives blew the fuck up. And people were so mad that there was a movement or like suggestions that AOC should primary Chuck Schumer in New York and try to unseat Chuck Schumer because he's such an ineffective leader. To be clear, Chuck Schumer is a completely ineffective leader. Like, I am not a Democrat. I'm still disappointed in Chuck Schumer. Like, I shouldn't be disappointed in anything the Democrats do because that's what they do. Their strategy is disappointment. But I was still disappointed regardless. So Nancy Pelosi is calling on senators to go against Chuck Schumer and vote against the bill. That is how unpopular his decision is and how ineffective he is as a leader. I wasn't expecting the Democrats to be so ineffective that they tear themselves apart while the Republicans actively destroy the country. It makes a lot of sense, but that's not exactly how I thought it was going to go. So there it is. So that was the first surprise. The second surprise is banana bread. So pretty big deal. Okay. Completely unrelated note, Flynn is still best boy TM. I agree. Boy. Snooziest boy I ever done did see. Best boy cam. Okay. Video games. What kind of video games should we play? I am thinking either Balatro or Palia, I think is where I'm feeling. Which of those sound interesting? Funny card game or hot purple people? I promise I won't thirst too much over either game. Card game. Well, that's 2 for Balatro. We're doing Balatro. The fuck? Ah! Sorry. My entire computer is broken. 1 second. Can I? Hello? Computer? Whatever. Hell yeah. This is going great. The stream is making a lot of sense and going great. All right, let me change my stuff. Hell yeah. Done. Great. And now... I mean, that's also very good. But here we go. Press any key to start. Is my everything busted? Everything's broken. Like, literally everything is broken. Wait, this is not card game. What? What am I doing? Oh my god. Oh god. Sorry. I am not paying attention to anything. Everything is broken, including my brain. I got thrown by the fact that like my Windows key is not working. My bad. Dev said we're doing opposites today. Look, it happens. It happens to the best of us. It's really easy to conflate Balatro and Palia. They're very similar games. All right. Let's win. Let's win. Let's win the card game. Let's start simple. It's been a minute since I played Balatro. Let's start simple. We're gonna play... We're just gonna do the red deck. Super similar game. Look, I think Acevity is right. Acevity is correct. Subconscious thirst. Probably the case. I was like, but purple though. They all have colors and do things. Yeah, I mean they both are built on game engines. So how are they not basically the same thing? It seems like you're just being closed-minded. At the end of the day, it's all just pixels. Getting my stuff. What do you got for me? What do you got? Give me something tasty. That is not as tasty as I was hoping, but I'll take this. I love tea. And if you love tea, you should use coupon code DEV10 Many Worlds Tavern, 10% off coffee and tea. Link in chat. How do I get a profile pic? Dev, help me. You have to go to you have to log into the lodge and connect your Twitch account, and then it should work. If you head to lodge.camp, you can go to your linked accounts page, link your Twitch, and then you can customize your settings at the settings. And it'll start pulling in all your stuff from the campgrounds. Okay, what am I doing? Balatro. Yeah, for those who are not aware, you should definitely join my Discord. It is so much more than just a Discord. And if you do so, you can connect up some stuff together such that you have your profile picture of choice, your pronouns, your custom name, and you can even customize your color and everything, and how you appear in chat. All that info can be found in the Discord as well. I want more queens in my life. That's not doing it for me, but oh well. Okay. Let's see. Splash is not bad. It's not great. For what I have right now, at least. I can Hierophant. That sounds good to me. Let's do some bonus queens. Classic bonus queens. I'm gonna go for this flush, actually. Don't mind if I do. Get out of here. Get out of here, you shitty cards. Be gone. Be gone with ye. Cover me in diamonds. Got to bounce. Glad I could pop in. Thank you, Amasha26. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed your time here. Take care. Have a good weekend. Get that. Save my manny. If I could get 3 of a kind. Ooh, there we go. Don't mind if I do. Perfect. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Don't mind if I have a banana. Don't mind if I have a funny face. Hell yeah. In fact, let's get a buffoon pack here. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Let's get rid of you and get you. Yeah. Nadastra says, I do be connected. Hell yeah. Perfect. And it seems that it worked. It pulled in your thing. Wonderful. Ollie says, I just moved from the couch to my bed and it took everything out of me. I will now watch the stream with my eyes closed. That is an impressive skill. Being able to watch things with your eyes closed? Wish I could do that. Okay. This is a lot of visual information. 9-10, we can do that. 9-10. If I could get a Jack of Hearts, though. Oh well. I have a lot of plans for this little chat UI, by the way. We'll see how many of those plans come to pass. But I was thinking it'd be really cool. The same system that's powering this chat UI it's the same system that is running Campfire, is running the Lodge, is everything. It all crosstalks. So it knows about more than just Twitch chat events. I could, in theory, make a channel in Discord that cross-posts the chats to here, so that you don't even need a Twitch account to participate in the chat during the streams. So that could be cool. And I was also thinking that I could embed this widget in the Lodge, so that if someone is streaming, I could like embed their stream, embed the stream chat as well. But because, again, it also knows about Discord chats, I could just have it embed Discord chat logs so that you can go back and like see what you missed, or just like browse it from wherever, even if you don't have Discord installed. So that could be a thing. There's a lot that we could do with it, and I'm excited about the possibilities. Ectoplasm. I do love ectoplasm. As long as it's not the banana. God damn it! Why? Why are you like this, God? Why do you do this to me? Why do you make me have the hardest possible time every single day? What have I done to offend you? Who do I need to sacrifice, and on what altar? God damn it. I'm mad. I'm so mad, I'm just gonna play this random 2-pair. Everything is shit, everything is terrible, life is pain. Existence is futile. Clearly it's the banana you must sacrifice. That's the problem, is the banana is gonna kill itself. That's rough, buddy. Thank you, Jada, thank you. I'm irate right now. Chariot. I'm so mad. I'm mad. I'm also sad though. Can I get an 8? Hey. Perfect. Ooh, give me that petroglyph. Fuck yeah. Back on ante 2. Fuck yeah. Just keep doing it over and over again. Why bother going up in ante if you can just stay where you are? Never progress. The way it was meant to be. guess I'll get another Joker since I can. Even though I'm mad. Let's do the... I mean, I don't love that, but that's fine. Okay, 2 pair. You want 2 pair. I can probably find a 2 pair. There we go. There you go. Enjoy. Auntie. How do y'all say A-U-N-T? Do y'all say aunt or aunt? Are you an aunt household or an aunt household? Deja vu or grim? Do a deja vu on the king. Actually, both. Curious. Is it based on anything? Is it based on what their name is? Like, is that what determines if you say aunt or aunt? Or do you just say it differently per person arbitrarily? Are you serious with this shit? I'm just gonna play these random cards. King, sure. Aunt Peg versus Aunt Diane. Aunt Diane actually is a pretty sick name. As like a whole name. Let's get astral with it, shall we? Let's get celestial with it. Too bad she was a terrible human. Well, you know, can't all be winners. We hate Aunt Diane here. Why are you all being so hostile towards me, cards? What do you want? Straight flush? That's not happening. I have aunt on my wall. Tech joke, haha. Bah. Bah. Why are you like this? You people. How can you do this to me? Yo, kill these cards. Get out of here. I'll take that. It's fine. Thanks for the bits. I didn't realize that from before, but thanks for the bits, Pedro. Appreciated. This banana still has not killed itself. I'm not complaining, but like, I am a little bit. Is there some drama with Diane I'm not aware of? I'm talking about Overreacting's theoretical aunt. Sorry, aunt. I do not know who Aunt Diane is, but apparently we hate her. Oh, she's dead. It's fine. Beef over. I don't care to maintain beef if someone's dead. Not worth it. She had it coming. Yeah, she knew it. She knows what she did. I'm sorry, Overreacting. I'm not trying to sit here and rip on your dead aunt who I don't know, even if you don't really seem to like her very much. Beef. She had it coming all along. God, what a good show. Y'all, if you haven't watched Chicago, good. Go watch it. The movie version is quite good. I will say, I was literally thinking about this last night as I was falling asleep. Because if you're not aware, I'm a musical theater boy, which should not be a shocker to anyone here. And I was thinking about it last night, and Chicago is such a great show with such a great track list, except for all of the songs that center around the main character. All of Roxy's songs are deeply mid. All of the other songs are amazing. Roxy's songs are fine. And like, I'm not trying to be a hater, but I'm gonna be a hater. Like, I will actually just skip those songs when I'm rewatching it. They're fine. Like, you should watch them if you haven't seen it before, you should watch the whole thing. But in rewatches, very skippable. Especially because all of the other songs are like so theatrical and engaging. And it's not like it's not like Roxy's songs aren't theatrical, but they're just so basic comparatively. Mr. Cellophane, yeah, like Mr. Cellophane, I mean, I guess that's the most basic song because it's quite literally just him in an empty room singing, but it's also hauntingly beautiful, and the man kicks it out of the park. Pedro, hey, linked your account, thank you, welcome in. Glad that you we've got the real you here instead of an imposter of some kind. But yeah, like Mr. Cellophane, fucking amazing. The courtroom song, the oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they both, oh yes, they both, oh yes, they both reach for, like that. Oh, so good. Mama's Good to You, fucking fire ass track. Queen Latifah, holy shit, in the movie version, god damn. It's just, yeah, all the other, like the entire ensemble has better. I dropped pen drop count 1. I dropped my pen. The entire ensemble has better tracks than the main characters, all I'm saying. I got to see Sweet Charity live with Molly Ringwald, and it was rad. That does sound rad. Rad is the word that I would use for that. I saw my crowning theater going experience, and this is kind of a random one. I saw Spam-A-Lot on Broadway with Tim Curry as King Arthur. Amazing. Fucking incredible. Absolutely amazing. That show is so good. And seeing it with seeing Tim Curry live on stage, I'm glad that I was able to do that. Anything at all, please? Whatever. We both reached for the gun is one of my favorite songs to sing. I love fast songs. Oh yeah, it's very, very, very good. This negative banana has been hanging around. I gave it some hate, and it has been showing me that I was wrong to do so. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna eat my words on that one. We appreciate your service, Banana. Thank you. Now I must go to the Cairo. You're all coming with me. Uh-oh. Did you get him to relive Red Alert and say that thing that he was only going to space because capitalism couldn't reach him? God. So good. There's a video I might play on stream at some point. That's just, I've posted 1,000 times on like various social media and in my Discord and whatnot. But there's a video that's just a compilation of Tim Curry trying not to laugh while saying absurd lines for Red Alert 3 for like 5 straight minutes, and so good. It's just like every insane Tim Curry moment from the live action cutscenes of Red Alert. What an era. Bring back live action cutscenes for video games. With just like the worst casting imaginable. Reminder that, oh my god, Red Alert 3 had the wildest cast list imaginable. Y'all are not ready for this shit. I'm gonna pull this up. This is important. Red Alert 3 IMDb. The cast list for this game that did live action cutscenes is unbelievable. Tim Curry, J.K. Simmons, Jonathan Pryce, George Takei. Like, what the fuck? David Hasselhoff as the vice president. What? What? Like, J.K. Simmons is the president of the United States. Tim Curry is the head of Russia. You've got yeah, Jonathan Pryce, the guy who, like, this fucking guy, the guy who was like the dude from Game of Thrones and whatnot. Like, he's in this shit. Why is David Hasselhoff here? And then, of course, where is he? Oh God, I forget his name. The guy that plays Sawyer from Lost is in it. Fuck. Where are you at? This is important to me. Coco Village. Okay, well, whatever. The guy that played Sawyer in Lost is also in Command & Conquer 3. So the point I'm trying to make here is bring back whatever magic they did to get Tim Curry, J.K. Simmons, George Takei, and everyone else together in a video game. Do that. Bye, Jada. Take care. I hope that you run into J.K. Simmons. And if you do, ask him to go Coco Village. Please show the space bit. It's a whole 10 seconds long. I'll Coco Village. I'll do that. I'll at least show that part. God damn it. Red Alert 3 Space Capitalism.
I'm escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space!
Classic. Absolutely perfect. 100%. No notes. Beautiful delivery. Should have gotten an Oscar. He had to try so hard. He had to try very hard to not laugh. So good. Tim Curry, absolute legend. The deep breaths beforehand, yeah. Of course it's perfect. It's Tim Curry, yeah, 100%. You could just tell they had so much fucking fun. The wild shit is like what they had George Takei wearing, because they did a whole, like, Red Alert 3 has this whole premise that Japan turned into the Empire of the Rising Sun and had like massively advanced mega robot things and became like super hyper futuristic Japan with huge battle mechs and led by George Takei. George Takei, Red Alert 3. I just want to get a picture of what they dressed him up like for this thing. Perfect. Okay. That. This is George Takei in Red Alert 3. Just God, what a game. What a video game. Even the women in the Japanese headquarters or whatever are hot Western-centric women because video game. Obviously. Look at this! Unbelievable! Okay. Wait, nope. Nope. There. View image. This is a video game. They made it. This is an old video game. This came out in like 2008? Yeah. God damn. What a world. All right, back to card game. The Cave Johnson. J.K. Simmons has been in so much stuff. If you open up his ooh, I want this. If you open up his IMDb, it just crashes your computer. Okay. Give me space cards so I can get multipliers. But yeah, J.K. Simmons has been in so much stuff, and I love all of it. Just give me more. More J.K. Simmons, please, and thank you. What am I doing? You're going on my top monitor as I clock back in from lunch. Perfect. Oh my god, I'm so high up. Whoa, I can see my house from here. Did that work? Is that good? He's one of my favorite movie dads. He's also Tenzin in Legend of Korra. Oh, I just lost. It happens. He is Tenzin in Legend of Korra, and he's also, of course, bad guy in Baldur's Gate. Ketheric Thorm. That's the name of Baldur's Gate. All right, I'm gonna do one more run with a deck that is fun. Like, we'll do Ghost deck. You can see your house from Illinois? Yeah, I mean, I live in your basement. You didn't know that? Something I get a lot whenever like people who watch my content that think I'm going to be like a right-wing dude bro, and then I start saying reasonable words, and so they get all upset at me. The contingent of people who get upset and then like leave a comment being mad at me because they feel betrayed because a white man said trans rights are human rights. They very often go after like a handful of things. Almost exclusively, they go after the crowbar, and they're like, "Oh, I bet you think you're real cool and strong holding that." One person also implied that I went out and bought a black crowbar and painted it yellow specifically for this one video that he was watching, which is truly a mind-boggling take. But they also like to be like, "Oh, recorded in your parents' attic, huh?" And I'm like, "Sure. Uh-huh. Yep." Like, I don't want to appear as though I'm bragging. I don't want to be like, my life is perfect and amazing. But if you see this space and you're like, "Oh, fucking loser in his parents' attic," this is my dedicated studio space in an outbuilding on the property that I own. Like, it's pretty much as opposite of the insult that they were going for as you can possibly get to. But like, there's no use in like making that retort because it doesn't matter. But like, God, they just come up with a version of me in their head that they can then get angry at and yell at me about that version in their head. And the only thing I want to do ever is just ask them like, "Hey, you okay, dog? You need a Snickers? Like, are you hungry? Do you like, what's going on with you? You having a hard day?" Yeah, I'll take that. What's in here? What's in this pack? Ooh, okay. Anyway, yeah, they never know how to insult me, and it's always funny because they always go for like insults that would probably work on them, and it's nonsense. It does not work. I don't know what they're trying to get out of me. And so I usually just block and move on and don't engage or whatever. And what I think about is like, I think about that guy that so angrily was yelling about like a yellow crowbar or whatever. First of all, what crowbar? Second of all, I immediately use the feature that just like hides them from my channel without letting them know, so that it just doesn't matter. And I just have to wonder, like, is this guy gonna go back through his comment history at some point, see the comment that he left that is just madness, like complete unhinged madness, see that it has exactly no engagement? Like, what is going to be their reaction to that if they even go back and look at it? But like, I would like to think that they want to go back and look at it and be like, "Man, I really cooked with this one." But if it's just like literally no engagement, sorry, dog. Don't feed the trolls, etc. Yeah, I'm increasingly taking a hardline approach of like, I will just not give you anything if you're gonna come in here and be an ass. Because I get a lot of people who come in and they just like start spewing, like, obviously there's a whole category of people in the space of being weird right-wing chuds that are indistinguishable from a bot, because they just come in and say the most out-of-pocket shit that makes no sense, like usually is actually unintelligible. Okay. And so there's that. And then there's the ones that are like being a dick, but I can see that they're trying to make a point. But in both cases, like, I just have no interest in... It's not my job to coddle you and, like, give you a safe space to be a dick until you're not a dick anymore. Just don't be a dick. That's all I'm asking. Tree Fox says, "Happy Friday, Dev. I'm late, but I'm here now." Well, better late than being a dick. Hi. How's it going? I hope you're well. I think I'm about to lose. Badly. Wait, no, I'm fine. And I live by that. Okay. Ooh, free shit. We love free shit. What's in here? More free shit? Ooh, no, yeah, no, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get silly with it. Do that. Okay. Everything's face down, and I hate that. Stop it. Be face up. Clubs. No queens. Unfortunate. There's a queens. Ace, ace, jack, jack, 3. Neat. Still alive. Still in it. Don't mind if I do. I look forward to my first channel troll, because then I can tell them, I can time them out and be like, you want to think about how you want to present yourself in public for the next 10 minutes? Yeah, I've got to say, I've had a much better overall experience with the comment section on YouTube. Like, the vast majority of my engagement on YouTube is very positive and uplifting comments, or just people inquiring within, or what have you. There's been far fewer random dumbasses in my YouTube comments than I expected, which is genuinely surprising, given that, like, YouTube comments are generally notorious for being filled with morons. But really, it's been pretty great. And honestly, I go post stuff on TikTok, and I'm like, I see the comments that are rolling in, and I'm like, I don't know what happened, but it really feels like we are accelerating backwards in terms of engagement quality on TikTok. And maybe it's just because of me and the content that I'm posting there. I don't know. But, like, just weird responses to things that I'm not sure what to do with happening quite a bit over there. Have you heard the rumor? There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of rumors. I'm not sure which one you might be referring to. Do this. Play a floosh. A floosh, as I said? Okay. Is it a rumor about TikTok? I know that there's more stuff coming out about Oracle being more set to the one about Meta running the place now. That is not true. that is not even. I've made like multiple 10+ minute videos talking about why that's not real. There was a bunch of people who misinterpreted stuff back when the ban happened for like 12 hours, but yeah, no, it is not being run by Meta. It is currently in talks to be taken over by Oracle, which is fucking terrible, but that is still in the like early stages or whatever. But yeah, there was a lot of people who started to think that TikTok was being run by Meta, and their reasons were vanishingly thin. To the point that I made a call out video being like, hey y'all, that's not how any of this works. Like, TikTok is not being run by Meta. Here are the explicit reasons as to why that's not the case. Like, I understand how you came to this conclusion, but like, please remember that, like, this is not a movie. This is not how anything works. And I got people getting upset with me, claiming that I'm a Fed for going against the narrative that TikTok was now being run by Meta. For being able to explain, because I have a wealth of experience in the field of consumer application infrastructure development, I was able to explain why people were experiencing things that they were attributing to Meta runs it now. I'm like, no, that's not what's happening. Here's what's happening. Here's what's actually happening. And people were like mad at me about that. Not most people, but some people got like upset because they wanted to further believe the conspiracy that they had bought into rather than accept that things are often more boring than they actually are. But yeah, people were pointing to just like technical glitches and saying like, this must mean that Meta is in control now. And it's like, no, that's not what happened. Never mind that there's like an entire process for selling a company. Like, it's a publicly traded company. That Meta can't just buy TikTok and secretly run it without anybody knowing. That is not possible. Get out of here, you low cards. All right, son. Okay. Come on now. Give me anything. I guess I can do the flush. It's really easy to tie your identity to a belief that makes it hard to change and grow as a person. Absolutely. Absolutely. Coddle card. Coddle card. Yeah, a lot of people get into a mindset, they like form a belief. I mean, it's what religion do, right? Oh, Cult of the Lamb card. Yeah. It's what religion do. Like, it gives you a sense of worldview, and if you like go against that, it's uncomfortable, and so people are much more likely to dig their heels in and believe that their snap judgment was correct because they don't want to deal with being wrong because it's hard. Heat Seeking Viking says, hey, finally caught a stream. How are we doing today? Doing pretty good. I will say, unfortunately, I think this is my last run, and I'm probably going to be closing the stream down after this because I need to get some lunch at some point, and it's almost 2. But thanks for being here. I'm so glad that you were able to catch the stream. Apologies. If only I was Kronos. You dingus. I am not a dingus for needing to eat, but I am a dingus in general, I will say. That's fair. The fair assessment. Sustain your body? Nah. I just do it for the people. Where is more queens? I think there should be more queens. Beef. I think there should be more beef. Okay, you lovers. You. No. You talisman. And now. Boo! Oh, god damn it. That sucks so goddamn much. Okay, get rid of these. Give me a... God damn it. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine.
Thanks for the bits.
Lunch was for sure one of my top 10 meals. Damn. Well, I'm glad that I'm in the top 10. I wouldn't want to have a meal that you didn't like. I'm curious what didn't make the list. What's not on your top 10 meals? Gonna make ramen and then some shortbread? Are you gonna put the shortbread in the ramen? Visionary? I'm gonna be honest, my eyes are glazing over on this run, but I'm gonna stick with it. See where I end up, barely paying attention. Here we go. Ooh, negative card coming up. Want it. Oh, Wheel of Fortune up here. Hello. Okay. Okay. Give me a full house. I said give me a full house. Give me a full house. That's not a full house. Food would be a good idea, but effort. That's why you gotta have easy food. Like a jar of peanut butter. Bro, give me a jack or an 8. Bro, I could do literally anything else, but now it's a matter of principle. There we go. Hey, I got a jack and an 8. Not even sweating it. No problem whatsoever. Egg bite indeed. Interesting. I will get rid of this and pick this up. Then get that. And then get this. Then get that. Then get this. Then get that. Then press that. Get this. Use that. And then go here. Get that negative. Hell yeah. All right. Death. Don't mind if I do. Train your cat to deliver you food. Can cats be trained like a dog to that level? I've seen some service dogs do some incredible stuff. Are cats capable of like doing the same thing? Sleepy. Jack, jack. Queen, queen, queen? Is this a bad idea? This is a good idea. This is a great idea. Cats can be trained to do tricks even. I mean like the shit that are you serious? I mean the shit that like service dogs can do. Like I saw a video recently that was like a dog that knew to like go to the fridge, open the fridge, grab a water out of the fridge, bring it to their person, go back, close the fridge door, and then go back to the person and comfort them. And then look on their countertop to find their medication. Like the dog looked on multiple places to find their medication. I feel like a cat would just sit on your head. By comparison, which I'm not saying wouldn't be helpful. That does sound fairly healing, but it doesn't sound as helpful as an animal that knows how to get you water and medicine. How many kings? Cats have size against them. You can train cats, but I don't think you can approach that level. Well, it's time to find out. I need somebody to go out there and make the world's best trained cat that can bring me some food right now because I'm hungry. Chop chop. Ooh. Get rid of you. Tasty. Very, very, very tasty. All right. Well, in that case. Teach my cats how to be Luigi. I want... Sure. Use that. Lynn's licking his foot. We got foot lick. Got a lot of foot lick. Flynn's got a tasty foot. Y'all seeing this? Y'all seeing this foot lick? There's a tasty foot going on. Ooh. That is a deep lick you got going on there, bud. Do we really need that? Is that really necessary? Hey, Flynn. That's probably enough licking. Just getting that That slurp in the background. Okay. Oh, why did I sell that? I should have just used it. Oh well. Okay. Ooh, face cards are debuffed. I am fucked. Oh, I am boned. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? How dare you tell him to stop? Look, I have misophonia, and dog licking his paw for hours on end is death. It is just pure death. And he will just sit there and lick forever if you don't stop him. Ah! Why? That still worked? Perfect. When they lick forever. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I'm getting a little lightheaded, so I should probably go get some food. That's my body telling me that I really do need to go eat. So I'm probably gonna go beef. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna eat, but I'm gonna go get some food. I am a hungry boy. I don't want to be passing out on stream, so you know.
Hey,
but
time for a drink.
I can do a drink.
Beef.
Thank you all so much for hanging out today. It's been a good stream. Glad that we were able to make this one up despite not having the stream yesterday. So that is quite good. I'm gonna head out. I'm not gonna bother plugging a bunch of stuff at you, but go join the Discord. Go join everything. That's all. I'm gonna head out. I'll catch you all on Tuesday. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.